welcome back to Spencer FYI. And we know that this is kind of a difficult time for some folks, and so we're going to give you some opportunity and some resources that you can reach out to for yourself or for your neighbors. And we'll start here with Kristen. So tell me a little bit about yourself and the organization that you work for, and kind of how you got involved with what you're doing here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me today. My name's Kristen Triplett. I'm a tLMHC with Northwest Iowa Counseling here in Spencer. We offer a variety of services, behavioral health, mental health counseling. And under that realm, we have several therapies we offer. And yeah, we have provided that service to the Spencer area going on 3 years.
Alrighty. We know the flood was kind of a big deal for a lot of people, well, pretty much everybody in Spencer here.
Yeah.
So what are some signs that maybe people should watch for if they're in their behavior, that maybe they're struggling with their mental health?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So of course we look for like physical symptoms, such as like lack of sleep if you're having trouble sleeping. The opposite end of that is maybe excessive sleep as well. Changes in appetite, maybe excess eating or just no appetite at all. Difficulty concentrating, just signs of anxiety, so like shaking, difficulty talking or completing sentences, sadness, irritability, agitation, then withdrawal from things that they used to like, activities, hobbies, which are hard to come by right now, but even like showing an interest in those things. And then of course like substance abuse could be another one.
What are some things that an individual or group could do to help manage their mental health?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like coming back to those things that you do find joy in, again, time is pretty precious right now, so just finding time to carve out, whether that's a walk or practicing mindfulness, doing something that you used to engage in that brought you joy for just even a little bit, finding that time to rest, talking with friends. Exercise is always a good one. Like I said, those things are hard to come by right now, but even if you can carve out 10 minutes to do it, it will help just kind of your headspace.
What can friends and family maybe, if they're seeing some of these warning signs, what should be their first steps?
Yeah, coming from a lens of compassion, I think that whether you were directly impacted by the flood or secondhand as far as like providing resources or your own space at home for others, you were definitely like you had to come at it from a place of like empathy, and so I think that's really, really a big one, and understanding not just like what you're going through, but what somebody else is going through, and also giving them space. If they're not ready to talk, then allowing them know that they're open to come talk to you when they're ready, but not pushing that conversation if they're not ready themselves.
On the flip side, we've heard a lot about survivor's guilt. Can you explain kind of what survivor's guilt is, and kind of what some signs of that would be? So survivor's guilt is when you experience the trauma secondhand, and so you know that people close to you have been directly impacted, but you did not suffer as significantly as them, and but you can feel what they're feeling for sure. So again, that comes with a lot of guilt and weighing, why wasn't that me? What if it would have been me? And so how you can support those people and yourself is practicing those good, just basic like mental hygiene things like exercise, eating well, sleep habits, that type of thing. But also just giving yourself the grace to know you are doing the best you can in that moment. And also, again, supporting that person as well. All right. So what are some normal feelings that people might be feeling here after this natural disaster? Short-term, long-term, things like that.
Yeah, it's such a spectrum. So the short-term is a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of shock because it was unexpected. And then the long-term effects are really like that persistent anxiety. Our bodies can only run on adrenaline for so long. And then it turns into exhaustion, whether that's physical or, resources are used up, that in itself is difficult. And so, yeah, the long-term effects then turn into what could be PTSD. And again, all of these things come back to if it seems like you or yourself are, or somebody you love is really struggling, like finding a mental health expert to talk to is definitely the direction to go.
How do you know that it's time to go talk to that mental health?
Yeah. So a lot of times that looks like it's impacting their daily functioning, whether that's socially within their family. If something is hindered in their life because of just their mental state, then that would be a good time to seek help.
And I know that there's an organization in town here that's kind of helping bring all that stuff together. And kind of how did you get involved with LINC?
Yeah, so they reached out and they compiled lots of resources just to disseminate to the community, making sure that people were informed and did know and have access to those resources.
Alrighty, so how can folks access your resources if they're thinking that they need to do that?
Yeah, you can, we are located at 20 West 6th Street, Suite 104 here in Spencer. You can call our office and check on availability to speak with one of our clinicians, whether that's in person or telehealth, because we know like sometimes accessibility is difficult. And then we also are partnering with Okoboji Realty. And so check our Facebook page because we're going to have a lot of updates about providing resources for family. And those are like direct needs. So if a family has a list of things that they are in immediate need of, Okoboji Realty has been extremely generous. And so they want to help in this journey for recovery from the flood. So yeah, watch our Facebook page. We're looking for not just individuals in need, but also sponsors to make sure that people are supported however that can help.
Whatever that looks like,
Yeah.
you're there for them. So
Yep.
whether it's mental or physical, you can have a few places that people can go.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty. Going back to your access care, do you need any kind of referral or anything to come to?
No, you can call into our office and just explain what's going on and your symptoms that you're experiencing, and then we'll kind of take it from there as far as assessing the needs and who can help with that.
All right. Any final thoughts on just people trying to stay as healthy as possible?
Yeah, I think talking, if it feels appropriate for you, talking with someone, whether that is a mental health professional or a close friend, a family member, kind of just like letting that sit inside is not helpful. And a lot of people can resonate with what's going on right now, whether you were directly impacted or secondhand. So yeah, I would just say make sure that you're having conversations and seeking your needs because those are important right now.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for taking a little bit of time to visit with us.
Yeah.
And hopefully if there's people out there that feel a need that they need to talk to somebody, that they'll reach out to you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. And we'll be back with more right after this.